Day. Welcome to Transformations with Tara. This is Tara Sutphen. And my guest and co-host is Jason D. McKean. And we have him live today.
This is great.
Isn't this nice to have him live here too?
Yeah, usually we're like kind of side by side in
The Zoom
the
part.
Zoom, but not here.
Yeah.
It's like this is like
Yeah, with siblings. Anyway,
and
so
people can tell too, right? They're going, oh my God, they're like
Beard.
it's the spitting image.
Yeah, spit image here. So we were going to talk to you all about resilience today. And, I wanted to brag about Jason too, because, it's not just Jason being here, but, Jason is the voice of over 1 million recordings throughout the world. And he is an amazing seer and, really psychic and a reverend and an empath and a wonderful.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going. It's like my Leo ego is like,
yeah, stroke my Leo ego.
I am all those things.
Right. So he is all those things, actually. I know he's teasing, and because everybody gets a little embarrassed if you brag on yourself, but I can brag on him. He's, so good at everything he does. And production to reading, to being a reverend, to listening to others. He's been really.
But something about that, because I was talking to a colleague the other day, because they had mentioned, it's like, oh my God, you do all these things, right? And it's like I give myself permission to be able to do these things. It's not just about like seeing yourself as like, I just do this. I'm just this person. And, I don't want to do anything else. It's like there's so many interesting things to do in life. And as an artist, it's about expression. It's about, your core wants to, be creative. And it's like that comes out in many, many ways.
Right.
And, it's like I've been doing it professionally for years and years. And I think my beard was this long when I started. Now it's like, down to my waist.
Yes. Yeah. And the resilience and the patience.
The patience, the stick-to-itiveness and all. But,
consistency.
Is it all about me? Let's just like turn it to Tara here too, as far as, like when did you start like reading and doing like psychic work and all?
Yeah. I mean, I was very young. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was kind of interesting. I started really being interested in it, but I was just always around it. It was just a real funny thing about being around. I was read by everyone when I was a kid. The Russians would walk to me and ask if they could read me. The Filipinos, you name it. I've been on the freeway coming down from San Francisco, and somebody asking me to go into a gas station to read me in the gas station.
How did that happen exactly?
It was really
mechanically.
Mechanically,
so, like,
I know.
Was it like somebody who like put their window down and say, "Hey, can you read me?"
It got kind of. It was a flirting thing at first.
Oh.
And then there was roses. It was just like laughing and like, oh God, this is weird. Anyway, and then rose petals on the freeway. I mean, who gets that really? Anyway, so then went into the gas station and he said he was a reader.
Oh, so he was the reader. And he read for you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I just had readers, always.
My freeway experience is like going up into the off ramp, and then like a person there who's like selling flowers or oranges. They were like, "CC Top, That's my like freeway
Yeah,
experience.
right.
It's never like, oh, can I read for you, man?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like play Sharp Dressed Man. It's like,
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I, the Alaska pipeline, I was with Sharva Venta up there, and he wrote out my astrology charts, and I mean, I was always around that physics. Could never get away from it, even in the Arctic Circle. I couldn't get away from it. So,
speaking of Alaska, it's like I come over here to visit and I get the Alaska Cup,
Jason got that one.
you know, and I haven't been to Alaska in 40 years. It's been 40 years.
Yeah, not me. I would go and spend summers there. Yeah, it's great. It's home.
Yeah, yeah, it's great. It's home.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, great memories, great friends, great family, great everything. Anyway, so great food. Oh my gosh, the food is so fresh food.
I remember having moose burgers up there at
I don't
a
know.
backyard barbecue kind of thing.
That's not my thing, but yeah.
Well, I mean, it was 40 years ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But still, I mean, I'm sure that people still do that all the time. Whereas that's not my thing. So I'd rather see them. Actually, I have a funny about a moose. I was in Montana a few months ago, and we were just talking about one of my best friends, Marie. Anyway, French Marie, she's driving, and I'm in the back seat, and there's a moose, and all of a sudden, I'm like this with the seatbelt, from the back seat, like, oh my god, a moose, and it's like, she stopped so fast.
Because
it's like you're trying to kill me in the back.
She wanted to see the moose.
Yeah, we all wanted to see the moose.
Oh,
but it was like, yeah, I know. We just backed down, put on the brakes, and I'm like, in the back seat. It was pretty fun. All right, yeah. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, back to the theme.
But that's why the moose. The last time I saw moose was just a couple months ago. Yeah, beautiful moose too. I mean, really.
Did it have like the full rack and all that, or was it a female?
He was a female.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cute. Anyway, so yeah, and I felt very honored that she had showed herself to us. Yeah, I love that. So resilience. There's been a lot of people I know that have had to have a lot of resilience lately, with all the hurricanes and fires and deaths around them of beloved people in their lives, their family members, their friends. But yeah, with a lot of resilience, where you think of, Libra as a time of thinking about beautiful things. Such a beautiful month with autumn, and it's it's a time to kind of settle our bodies down, settle us down. But there's still things that come up that, of course, with everyone, some things always trying to bother you, right? So yeah, just to have resilience and patience and perseverance, consistency. I think integrity comes in with your value system. I think that's a big thing as well. It's always say the right thing and do the right thing if you can.
I feel that, that certainly, and there's a lot of like natural disasters going on. I mean, California's been going through like just fire season. It's just kind of
Canada did too.
Yeah. It's so intense for just like it rocks your world, and kind of the sense of where it's creates upheaval and it's like there's friends who are going through health issues, serious health issues. It's like it's like being able to wake up every morning and then have that consistency to to move through it, to keeping on, so that one doesn't lose hope, that one doesn't get beaten down by the circumstances.
And that's it, right? Is not to get beaten down. That's our role in life, in everything, is not to take things too seriously, I guess, and not to take things and go into stride with. If you're in an emergency, handle it, of course.
Yeah.
But don't be a deer in headlights. That's not a
Or
that's
a
not
moose.
a good. Yeah, I remember. I mean, yeah. Well, the moose wasn't in the middle of the street.
Right.
It was on the side of the road. It was where it was supposed to be. It was just like, it's like, yeah, because we stopped to see it, to make sure we thought.
Right.
Yeah, it's really cute.
It's pretty rare, to see a moose in California. It's like you do have to be somewhere else.
We're in Montana.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you don't get opportunities.
But I don't even think I've seen moose in Montana, because I've seen a lot of elk, Montana, and I've seen a lot of llamas running after the children in Montana, stuff like that. Yeah, I did go to I was at this house once, and
they had llamas
in
there.
Bitter. Oh, and then I said to the kids, because I was around a lot of llamas in Malibu, and I said, "Oh, you hum at the llamas," and so they were out humming to them, and like your llamas all came running to the kids, and the kids are like,
so they were running away.
running. Oh, it was awful. It was awful, actually.
Is there a certain song
Right.
or tone that they respond to?
Yeah,
best?
humming. Yeah, they just like a hum.
You just hum at them.
Yeah. Yeah, they come. You do it, you can do it loud. I'm not gonna do it for everyone. Yeah, you can do it loud.
Why
Jason,
not?
would you do it? Do it for us. He's a good omer. You probably ohm
well,
and
if
they
I'm
come.
oming to them, yeah.
They come.
Or
They
put
come
them,
for an
put them
ohm.
to sleep, relax.
They come for an ohm. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, it was great. It was great to there. And actually, I was with the same person. I was seeing the moose in Montana that time. Yeah, so we're watching them to kids. The llamas are coming running as fast as they can to the kids, because they're so excited. And it's like there's no fence in between them. Yeah, so they're coming right for them. But they were fine. They lived through it. They were fine. The kids, they just wanted to see the kids.
They weren't tormented by it.
No, and they didn't have like nightmares or anything about it. Never again. Yeah. Yeah, they just wanted to see the kids. They thought it was, they were speaking their language. They came running for it.
Yeah, one of the things that I was doing today, I was, because it's been it's been two and a little over 2 years that our pet Archie, our little boy, that he passed, right? And he passed pretty quickly too, and he died at home, died in our arms, and it was, in that moment, it's horrific. You're beside yourself, but there's also a naturalness to it. There was a beauty to it as well, that he was with us, that we're with him. But
he was such a sweet,
yeah, just a really sweet, beautiful dog. But it's like after that, right? It's like that bringing up that resilience to not let it just wipe you out, to take you out, as far as
well, yeah, because people that cross over and stuff, a lot of people say that, oh, I won't be able to live, so and so dies, and
that's
like,
whatever will I do about,
or their pet dies and stuff. It's like, no, the pet wouldn't want you to do that. The person doesn't want you to do that. You have to go forward. It's part of our resilience, part of our strength and courage.
I think that's really important.
It is,
especially
very
for
important.
Clients that we talk to with a person who's passed,
Mhm.
and it's like, um, the grieving, it's natural,
Mhm.
but it's also, to lose yourself to, it's like the person that you're grieving for, they would not want that. Their perception, as I understand it,
Mhm.
is not where, they're saying, "Oh, yeah, yeah," it's like, grieve for me more, it's like I'm okay. It's like,
Right.
you don't completely forget about me.
Right.
But
Right.
like, it's like, start to, like, don't hang on.
Mhm. Well, we all come from spirit. Here we are in our earth body, living just 100 years, really. I mean, if that. And
I'm 300 years,
yeah,
so
you look,
ouch,
yeah, I could say
right?
that because I'm a sister.
Right? So,
Yeah, but I'm only kidding. Mhm.
ah, you have lost your right
Oh,
to
like
touch
I
my
asked if I
beard.
ever had one. He does that every time.
That's true. That's true. You've never had the right to touch my beard.
It is true. So, yes, no, I'm just kidding. Because if you're 300, then I'm 300 too. So, I'm definitely not. I may be starting to look like I'm 300, but
Oh,
yeah,
no,
fishy.
you
Let's
don't look a
fishy.
day over 200.
Yes. So, yes. So anyway, yeah, no, as far as the planet is concerned, we we put so much emphasis on life. And we're spiritual beings. We know where we're going. We have a living beacon, that once we die, we know exactly where we're going. And had that near death experiences, that I've had, and went to the light just so clearly. It was so euphoric to go to the light. But I had those two women come and talk to me and say I had to go back. Yeah.
Do,
And so,
do you think that beacon, like, because it seems like not everyone is aware of that, just kind of
mhm,
mentally, aware of that.
the
It's
light.
okay to question it. But as far as like, as the process is happening, that's when it can get active, right? As
Right.
far as, it doesn't have to be on all the time, but it's just
Mhm.
when it's needed.
When it's needed. Right. And then we have spirit guides that come in to help us or talk to us or make themselves aware. Like they did, like step in and say I couldn't yet. Because I was only 8 years old. So they didn't want me going yet. That was the second near death experience I had. But yeah. And that's why I always thought it was just odd that, I went into this work so fully because I didn't see it as a blessing when I was young, like I do now. But because it was hard to know what people's destiny was or what the problems were, and they, people have a very hard time listening or knowing what to do. And but I would be as tactful as possible, what they need to experience or do. And I get confirmation from them, everyone that I've ever read for, all the time. Every day I get something. I think, wow. So such a beautiful life from the standpoint of always being satisfied that I said something good or I said something that would help someone.
I think that's the
Yes.
essence of like being of service,
Yeah.
you know. And
Yeah.
I
Jason.
think that the
Mm.
the path getting there is not the easy path.
No.
It's
No.
but it's not
No.
meant to be in a way. It's like, it's like you have to go through your own trials and tribulations.
Right.
You have to activate your own resilience.
Mhm. I wouldn't say that, I mean, sure, it was hard, certain aspects, but I don't. I don't look at life as hard. I think I try to look at life as joyful as possible. You know, it's time. It's really time every day to enjoy it, not just after you've experienced something and wake up to, oh God, I better start enjoying my life. No, enjoy everything. I mean, just simple little things.
I would
Yeah.
say that as being not just because I'm your brother, but we're typically good natured.
Oh yeah, typically.
As far as at our core, it's like we don't look to make problems
Right.
in the world. We look to solve
Mhm.
problems.
Right. And I was talking to somebody today that I hadn't talked to in a long time, and I love this person. She's really great. And we used to horseback ride all the time. And I had invited her to Thanksgiving 26 years ago now. And there was a new veterinarian, and she invited her. And so we played balderdash together after the meal. And it's one of those that we really remember that Thanksgiving. It was really, but her and I were talking about how you never know when you've been kind to somebody, how it's going to be repaid to you. And you never know. And so 26 years ago, I was, I invited these two up for, as our extra people for Thanksgiving. And there was a couple others, of course, too. And all the kids and all the relatives in town. Because Jason is usually the ball
I used
champion.
to like dominate in balderdash until
Yes.
this veterinarian came into the picture, and so I was pretty upset actually. I was maybe unkind.
And he made her a crown out of what, paper bag? No, I don't know,
Yeah,
something like
like that.
Yeah.
Like something cheesy,
that.
something not royalty like at all.
Anyway, but yeah, but so the fires in Malibu happened, and my horses were in the fires, and oh gosh, we were talking because since she's so big in the horse world and stuff, we were talking about how we couldn't get the haulers, they wouldn't open the gates to our haulers, and so my horses went through the fire, and it was terrible. And so this veterinarian, she was not my regular veterinarian. But she asked whose horse this was. That was my horse was very ill and very, very, very hurt in the fire. And she asked whose horse it was. And the one guy that was up there said, it's Tara's horse. And she said Tara. She didn't have a last name or anything, but she remembered that I had this beautiful bay horse. And so she took her to a pet hospital, a horse hospital, and she remembered that I was a psychic and a hypnotherapist. And so she looked me up online, and she called my work line, my work number, and that's how I knew that my horse had been taken to the horse hospital.
That's how you got contacted. It's just her memory.
It's her memory. But it was the act of kindness. And yeah, you never know how it's going to come. And it was 20 years after. It's been 6 years since that fire. So 20 years had gone by. Yeah.
I think she was just like wanting to get another invite for another.
I told her, we talk about it. The few times I've seen her, I make it a point if she's coming in to see other horses to wait around for her and stuff and see her.
Say hi.
Yeah. Because Thanksgiving. But a lot of times I'm flying around the country.
This Halloween, like before it, it's like we're gonna do a local psychic fair.
Yes, we are. We are going to do a psychic fair in Chatsworth. It is It is limited occupancy. So you can call and register, and then we will give you the address. And but it's going to be $10 for 10 minutes on each of the psychics that are there.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a Reiki specialist too.
We were looking at like 3, 4 psychics,
Yeah.
I mean, also depending on the, there's like 50 people that like, rush towards registering, then we'll increase it.
Yeah.
But I will be reading. Tara, you'll be reading too.
Yeah, we're going to be filming so too. So, just to take that in mind. And, if you guys want to dress up, it'd be fine, whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, if you're wanting to stay incognito, like, you're like a secret, like,
there you go.
Querent. It's like, no, I don't want to be like, filmed, then it'd be tricky.
We'll give you a cloak.
Yeah, that would be like that. Put a bag over here. So,
That is funny.
or a sheet.
That's pretty funny, James.
Like the
That's
ghost.
funny. Wear back.
Unknown querent. Change your voice in the
You're
video.
gonna have to put a hole for in the bag of the sheet because it's like otherwise we muffled.
Like, it's like, what? I don't know. We're gonna have to just take this bag off here. My identity.
Anyway, we hope to have as much fun there as right now talking to you about it.
Always.
There's
fun.
Bring the party
everywhere.
on. We're gonna bring on the party.
Yeah, it's like the psychic fairs are usually very high energy.
Yeah.
It's a party like atmosphere.
Yes. October 27th. It's going to be from noon to 4 p.m.
Yeah, so it's a Sunday afternoon. It's not Halloween day. It's not like the Saturday where there's going to be parties and stuff like that. It's Sunday.
I thought
be when you're like nursing a hangover from the party before, and coming in and going, oh my God, what did I do last night?
Right.
No,
and we'll give you detail after detail.
Right, all the gory details.
Yeah.
So, and we'll absolve you too. I'm a reverend. I'll like
there you go.
We'll like cleanse your spirit from all your sins.
Yeah.
After you talk about them first.
Yeah.
On video. That's the deal.
Oh, man. Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
That's what the Halloween is all about, right? It's the middle of the dark time. So we're gaining a little bit more light right after the 31st. Is really what it is, as far as the sequence of the seasons and the moon. We're gaining a little more light after. So
I thought that was after Christmas.
no, on the 21st of December is the darkest day of the year.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. So it just gets darker. Sorry. Dark. Goes dark until
it's good thing I'm here.
I know, yeah, I'm the expert in it.
I thought it was gonna get lighter. But...
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. No, you're right. Well, it's all about bringing out the candles and the hearth and resting. We're supposed to be resting, in the wintertime. That's the old time of resting. Even though, the southern hemisphere is going to be, they're getting ready to party.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but we're kind of somewhere in the middle-ish too. It's like here in California, it's like, it's there's not the hard seasons too. There's not the winter and that comes in as the snow snows us in and all that. Where it feels like, oh, I got to hibernate. It's like I there's something about this time of year that I get really activated.
You do?
Yeah, like I'm like I love to just generally be busy anyway, but where I was talking to a colleague about this too, where it's like in the realm of tarot, it's like
Mhm.
seen as spooky, where
Mhm.
it's like, ah. And so the party season happens, it's like, I've been booked for several parties so far, and it's like it's like people expect almost to like get scared,
Mhm.
but it's never that with me. I'm not the type of reader that looks to scare people with it, and it's quite the opposite. It's very much about being a life-giving,
Mhm.
just not that it's all unicorns and rainbows, so people are going through difficult stuff in their life, and it is about like helping someone increase their own resilience, whether it's in their own spirit,
Mhm.
or if mentally they need to kind of rearrange some thought patterns.
Yeah.
Like if they have like some patterns of like going towards the negative, if they catastrophize their life,
Yeah.
it's about being more
Mhm.
being more just the
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Just trying to get Bentley there and bring him up, but he's so old now that my French bulldog. Go on. Sorry.
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
it's like, and that stuff.
Right. Oops. Yeah.
No, resilience, right? Like
Exactly.
being able to strengthen yourself so that and to know where to do that too.
Yes.
Uh, if you're mental, right? And I mean that in a good way. And I don't. It's like, oh my God, you're mental.
Well,
So
yeah, we carry a
sometimes
lot.
that's where people like get stuck, because they want everything to like fit in
Mhm.
their own construct. It's like, well, if I do this, then that'll happen. They build the step by step, and that's great in here, right? But when you go to, make it happen out in life, it's like life has its other, you know, influences and energies that will not just always say, "Oh yeah, I'm totally on board with your plan."
Mhm.
So, so even being resilient with that, so that you're not knocked out by that, that you're not like, it had to go my way or else,
Oh, yeah, we were talking about that earlier too. How people have a really strong set ideas and that it should be their way. And it's just like, okay, where is that kind of a good idea? It's not sometimes. Yeah, let's have resilience. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, because we
it's
have
how
to
we
make good
navigate.
decisions. Good decisions are good. But, somebody telling you that you have to do, good decisions, whatever.
Yeah, it's how we navigate like our own self, really, so that we're not, our expectations don't like get so high or too low even,
Mhm.
because when things start happening for us, when success starts being a part of the picture where we rise to meet it,
Yeah,
we don't like
absolutely.
fall short.
Yeah,
So it goes both ways.
right. Yeah, always take a step into your higher, you know, thought process, into your better self, and use your gut. A lot of times people use their intuition, their inner knowing, their reaction of how their body feels or how their mind is thinking. I mean, use those things. It's going to be okay.
That's what they're there for,
Yeah.
to
Well, we're part of the earth. We're part of the sky. Part of the universe. We can use these gifts, develop them. We're always teaching people how to develop them.
to develop them, to express them, to experience them, so that you build trust
Mhm.
in them.
And in yourself.
That's where it's at. That's
Yeah.
like the big picture is trusting your path.
Yeah. And good life. We all want a good life. I mean, we know that weird things happen at times, but let's get back on track.
That is true. There are things that happen.
Yeah, it does. There is. So where can everybody find you, Jason?
Right
Jason?
here.
Right here, right now. How about jasondmckean.com?
and there's that too. My website, Jason D, JASOND, as in Dragon Lord. McKean.
Born in a dragon year.
MCKEA.com. Same on Facebook and Jason Tarot Wizard on Instagram.
Yeah. Well, I've been kind of changing some of my stuff lately. So it's moonsource.com. And that you can
source is spelled
SORCE, moonsource. Yeah, sourcing. And so MOONSORCE.com. And it's I'm on Instagram, Tara_insight, and I'm Tara Sutphen, everywhere on the internet. So
just type in Tara
on X,
hypnotherapist,
on TikTok,
psychic, you'll
on
find her.
Yeah, I have like 4 pages or something on Facebook. I have the working pages and 2 personal pages. Because my pages were filled in 2009, so a long time ago. Yeah, that's a page. So I added another page. And I wanted all my friends. We're all friends.
Fantastic. So
stay on the friend zone.
So I'm about to travel 1,000,000 miles away and go to healing of crystals.
Yeah, you're
teaching a past
tonight.
A past life regression. So what I love about regressions is that they're very much a thing of like they're very experiential, very individualistic, and I love the integrative part afterwards where it's to talk about it. So
Beanie wants to. Beanie, you want to be picked up by Mama? Yeah, he wanted to say hi.
Yeah.
I'll put his picture up on.
There you go. Doesn't he weigh like 50 pounds?
He looks like it, doesn't he? He weighs a lot for being teensy.
Yeah. Well, bulldogs are like,
yeah.
So there's a lot of meat to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a baby. Well, he's a little one. He's a little French bulldog, but yeah.
Well, thank you, Tara, for having me live.
I got Jason today, and it's so nice. So nice to see him, and I'm so happy he's here. And we will see you Halloween.
That's right.
Yeah, if you're local, we expect to see you.
Yeah, it's being advertised on Facebook and the Instagrams as well. But,
yeah, I'll put it out.
Yeah, put it out and call the number, reserve a space.
Yeah, the number you can reserve a space. Just leave a message and want to reserve is 310-303-8188. So that would be the easiest. Cheyenne is calling us. So we're getting a call in from France.
All right.
Hi, honey. Hold on. So anyway, lots of love, everybody. Mwah.
Yeah, thanks.
Bye.
We'll see you. Have a beautiful October.
Yes, beautiful.